Hello, I'm here to tell you about a deal I did in sales period 12 last year. Mike Merch, bless him, has asked me to make this video because apparently I was the second person to sell Ssto tracking online, and I sold it to an organisation you'll all have heard of called Coca-Cola. Not actually Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola Enterprises, who apparently are the bottling business for Coca-Cola across Europe. They had an old Mega device and an old Series 6, and the initial opportunity was to replace the Mega with the Connect, and the Series 6 at the time, that shows you how old the opportunity was, with another Series 6. So we weren't adding a huge amount of value. I'd done the normal thing, spoken to everybody across the business, or as many people as I could, and there was a very obvious opportunity for Ssto tracking, pouches going around the business, deliveries into their Uxbridge office that they wanted to track, things getting lost, all sorts of things that Ssto tracking would address. And that's where the real value lay. I tried to put together, or did put together, a quotation that built Ssto tracking into the overall deal for the franking machine and the folding and inserting machine, but we came up against IT, and that was a real problem because they were very security conscious. They were adamant that they didn't want anything on their network, and yeah, there was no talking about it. It was a huge issue, not just for us, but for other people as well. Apparently, this was the people in the post room were very clear about that. So as a consequence, because there was, it was a fairly run-of-the-mill user replacement type opportunity, it just stalled and couldn't drum up very much enthusiasm. Tried all sorts of different things, and we were sitting there waiting for the lease to end, essentially. And I didn't want that to happen, but there wasn't an awful lot I could do. Then got wind of Ssto tracking online, and that was an ideal opportunity to re-engage because we were talking about something different. Took Mike in for a demonstration, and Mike did the demonstration. It was a great demonstration, thank you, Mike. And it changed the opportunity completely. They became engaged again, they became enthusiastic. We still weren't talking about the franking machine and the folder inserts particularly, that was always a consideration, but 90% of our conversation was all about Ssto tracking online, where they could take it, where they could use it outside of Uxbridge, how they could connect to other parts of their business and track things around as a sort of phase 2, phase 3. And the circumstances changed completely, and I was able to close the deal in sales period 12. Whereas it was looking like the likelihood was that it was going to drag on almost indefinitely. So it was an ideal conversation, and it cut out IT, and it enabled them to do all they wanted to do. So still receive, still document or send the email, and still deliver the item and capture a signature. So all the functionality that they saw of value was still there for them. And it gave them what they wanted, because that's essentially the bare bones of the delivery is what they wanted to do. So there you go. Moral of the story, talk about Ssto tracking online, and you're perfectly safe talking about Ssto tracking online now, because it's been sold a couple of times in the UK, so you won't be asked to do a video like I have been. Anyway, there you go. Enough of me. Bye bye.